Hello YouTube, this is Necrofear331 with a trade update. I just received cards from Team Yu-Gi-Oh! Madness, I believe, and pretty great traders. Worked really well. We got some great throw-ins as well, and I hope they enjoyed the throw-ins that I gave them. Um, Check them out. They have some pretty cool trades. Um, that's pretty much it for that. Also, just a few more rules for trading since I've been having a few problems. First off, value trading. Alright, I wasn't born yesterday. I know what a majority of cards are worth. So, I don't want to get any more offers of bad cards that aren't worth anything for good cards that are worth something. Because it's kind of weird when I'm getting messages saying, hey, trade me your Scrap Dragon. I got a Feral Servant First Edition Buster Blade. Okay, every idiot knows that Scrap Dragon is worth much more than Feral Servant. I don't care if it's first edition or not. Buster Blade. Okay, we all know this. Alright, so you're gonna trade with me. Expect things to be even to slight advantage on either side. I don't trade, really, really good stuff for really, really bad stuff. That was an extreme example, but that was one of the offers that were made. So, I mean, I guess this will go into part of this video, which is rippers. I mean, there's rippers on YouTube, and there's rippers in real life. There's scammers. Not so much in real life, but I guess there's people that steal your stuff. But ripping is not something I tolerate. When I see it done at my locals, when I see, a kid, actually recently I saw a kid, he was probably like 11. And he happened to have a Steel Storm Roach in his binder. And he didn't know it was worth anything. He didn't even really know what these monsters were. He just kind of liked the card. He knew some of the Exceed monsters, like Utopia and whatnot, from the show, but he never really cared much, and he didn't really care about that card. Um, but we all know it's worth a decent amount, 30, 40 bucks. So I'm sitting a couple tables away, and I see that someone looking at his binder, and I'm like, that's weird. And this guy is like, oh, I want your roach. And the kid's like, oh, okay, what do you got? And he's looking through the binder, and of all things, he picks out I think it was a super rare Drill Warrior, and he's like, oh, I like this card. And the guy's like, you want to trade it for the roach? And the kid's like, well, I don't know. I was told the roach, was rare, and the other guy kept hustling him, and so I come to the kid's side and I say, don't do it. You're getting ripped off. I can give you a Drill Warrior for free. So I actually went into my binder, gave him a super rare Drill Warrior that I had. I mean, it's not like I would have been trading it anytime soon. And the kid was happy, and he's like, wow, you're giving me a super good card. And I'm like, that's alright, I have plenty of them, and you should keep your roach or sell it you know, or whatnot. So, I don't tolerate ripping, and I don't tolerate ripping on my page. I don't want to get any more of these stupid offers because I've been getting a lot of them lately. You know what your cards are worth. Don't make stupid offers. It just makes you look like an idiot. It makes me not want to trade with you because it's quite obvious you're trying to make a massive profit off of me. And that's not going to happen. If that's what you're looking for, there's obviously other YouTube pages and trade binders of people who are less aware of their card prices who you can rip off. So go find them. Anyways, lastly, I guess I wanted to tie this. I guess this video is gonna be kind of a combination of things. Next thing is, there is a petition going around for the against Konami for the ban list, and just want to get your guys' opinions of this. I've had mixed feelings. At first, I was really supportive of it, and now I'm kind of in the middle. So, I like the fact that people are finally standing up and saying, hey, this ban list is ridiculous. The card game is power creep's hitting too fast. I mean, seriously, when it gets to the point where soft FTKs are the norm. We know something's wrong with the game, and it's and the sad thing is Konami's not going to lose much if they kill the game off. In fact, who knows? Maybe they are trying to kill the game off because maybe they're not making as much money off of it as we think they are, and they just want to kill the game off. But who knows? Power creep has gotten to a pretty insane point. I mean, seriously, remember last year? What were the top decks last year? And what are the top decks now? Not the same. In fact, what tier were the decks last year now? A majority of them. And I can assure you, the only one that survived the year is Six Samurai because they're versatile and slightly derpy, and they didn't get hit as hard as people think they did. Sheehan to 1 does hurt the deck quite a lot, but ultimately they're the only deck to survive very well. I mean, Car Courier doing okay, I guess, as a casual deck, some tier 2 deck, but Gravekeepers disappeared. Maybe they might come back. I don't know. I've heard a lot of rustling voices on the forums about that card, so who knows? Maybe they'll come back. But I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, there's a petition. It's gotten quite a few things, over 2,000 right now, which is somewhat serious, I guess. I mean, it means a good portion of the player base are mad about this ban list, and I think as a player you should be, because I understand most metas have had 3 tier 1 decks, and then 3 or 4 or 5. I mean, last format wasn't that much different. Last format was Sam's, GK, and Plants. I mean, so I guess you can argue, well, 3 decks, it's typically how it is anyways. But, however, if you compare last format to this format, the difficulty curve towards Sam's, Plants, and Gravekeepers was, they were far easier to combat than with a lower tier deck. And believe me, I have. I mean, I played Karakuri, and they did fine against those 3 decks. They didn't have much of a problem. But when you compare the power levels of Windups and Zectors and Dino Rabbit to the tier 2 decks, there's almost no comparison. You may as well be playing, Spirits or Harpy Ladies, because you have just as much of a chance at actually winning with them as you do with the tier 2 decks. I mean, Sam's somewhat have a shot, but honestly, I don't know. I've been playing Sam's and I've had mixed results, so I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Necrofear 331 signing off.